So in my entire journey of Toastmasters, really, whenever I attended a meeting, I had never seen so many faces in one meeting. I think the virtual world has somehow connected everybody even more. So glad to have you here. And then I don't even have to buy a ticket coming all the way to Delhi. I can just do it from here. So from nobody to somebody is my concept is entirely created by my concept developed based on my story. If I ask you three things which are most important in the journey of being somebody from nobody, you will all have a variety of answers. Some would say it's your skill, some would say it's your destiny, some would say something else. So before I move on to my perspective on what is required in being from nobody to somebody, let me share my brief story. The story of this little girl who was born in a typical army family. And every 2 years, like any army family has, the city would change. Every 2 years, almost everything for her would change. The city, the place, the teachers, the school, the friends, the house. But in all that change, there was something that remained constant for her. And that something was a dislike for schools. Yes, her dislike for schools. And that was more so because of the parents-teacher meeting. Because no matter which city she went to, who her teacher was, every teacher had the same complaint to her mom. Mrs. Singh, your daughter doesn't talk. Mrs. Singh, your daughter doesn't talk. Poor Mrs. Singh, my mother, she took me to endless doctors, pediatricians, counselors, speech therapists, but eventually nothing worked. So one of the doctors also suggested that I had a tongue tie which needed surgical treatment. Thankfully, Mrs. Singh, my mother, refused to get all that done and she preferred to wait. And she waited and she waited and she waited for like 30 years until I became a storyteller. So if you think that these are your inborn skills that matter the most, no. So I was a hardcore introvert who became a storyteller. I never read a book myself till my school days, and I got down onto writing books, eventually reading and writing books for children. And I'm working on the concept of raising readers. So it is not your qualification, because by qualification, I was a dentist who moved on to becoming a storyteller, an author, and a parenting blogger, a trainer to the teachers. And now I successfully run two ventures, a story world and a publishing house for kids. So I don't think it is your qualifications, it is your inborn talent. It is something beyond that. So I would say, for me, what has worked are these three golden rules in becoming somebody from nobody. The first rule is intent. Your intentions behind doing something. As it is rightly said, your actions will be judged according to your intent. So what is your intent behind doing something? Let me share a short story out here that you'll really love listening to. The story is of a devil and a villager. So once there was this devil in a village who had created a ruckus in the village. And all the villagers were really afraid of him and they just wanted to get rid of him somehow. They all made a plan, and finally this angry villager picked up his axe and he decided that today I'm going to kill this devil. No matter what, I'm going to kill this devil today. He takes his axe and he goes into the jungle. As he walks a little ahead, he finally comes across this devil face to face. He looks at the devil and he picks his axe and he says, I'm going to kill you today. The devil really gets scared. And He looks back at the villager and says, "Well, I have an idea. If every month I send you a bag full of gold coins, will you still kill me?" The villager thought for a while and he said, "Okay, maybe, maybe not." So the devil agreed to this, that every month I'll send you a bag full of gold coins and you will not kill me. The villager agreed to this. The villager went back home and very nicely he stopped working now. All he used to do was sit in his room and wait for the month to end and the bag of gold coins to come. A month went by and he got this nice bag full of gold coins. The next month and the third month. But by the fourth month, something went wrong and the bag of gold coins was not delivered. The villager wondered what was wrong. And he waited for another 2-3 days and then he lost his patience. He once again picked his axe and went in a very angry mood. He rushed to the jungle. There he saw the devil again. He picked his axe and said, "Where are my gold coins? You promised you would be sending me gold coins every month, but this month I have not received my bag of gold coins, and if you don't send it to me, I will kill you." You know what the devil said? The devil said, "Last time when you came to me, your intentions were different. You came here to save the humankind. You came here to save the mankind. And I was scared of not your acts, but your intentions. But today, you come here because of your greed. And I am not scared of you. And one more step you take ahead, and I am going to kill you," said the devil. So it is not your action that is most important, but the intention that you have behind that action, which is really important. The moment you have a strong, clear intention, let the world see it, let your family see it, let your friends see it, let your colleagues see it, let your team see it, and you yourself have to witness and believe your intentions. And that is when you will be on the path from being nobody to somebody. The second point is persistence. Everybody talks about this. Persistence is really the key to success. Well, even if we talk about a platform like Toastmasters, this beautiful platform where we all are connected, you all join Toastmasters with this intent to be a better speaker, a better communicator. But it is only your persistence which will help you become one. When I trace back my journey of Toastmasters in Jaipur as a member to PCTC, Pink City Toastmasters Club, I had heard so much about Toastmasters from my family and friends. And I really wanted to experience how it is being in one of the meetings. And you won't believe it. Day one of my meeting, I was zapped. We didn't have a building. We didn't have a room. We didn't even have members. All we had was an open park in which there were just 2 people sitting. The moment I stepped there, one of them said, "Welcome to Pink City Toastmasters Club." And I was like, "Where is the club?" They said, "Well, we are making one." But because I believed so strongly in the concept of Toastmasters that I knew that I had to stick here and be here to be a better somebody. So it's been a beautiful journey and I've really been persistent, and that is what has helped me from being a core introvert to being a storyteller and a motivational speaker. And that is the power of Toastmasters and persistence in Toastmasters. The third thing, which is really important, is opportunity. Well, we talk about opportunity, but then we really get lost on how to identify these opportunities. Every day brings in new opportunities. Even if we talk about this lockdown period, which is really going slow for everybody in the market, but it is a huge opportunity to bring in a change. So how do we grab these opportunities is by listening to your gut feeling. Because your gut feeling tells you which opportunity has to be grabbed and which has to be left. It's just that we do not listen to it most of the times. If I relate it to my journey, when I had my son, like most of the mothers, I could have thought that this is a break to my work. And I don't think I can get back to my work the way I used to do earlier. But that's when I started telling stories to my son. And after telling so many stories, I realized that there was this opportunity in storytelling for me. The kind of magic stories do on a child's mind was the opportunity that these stories had to be taken beyond my four walls. More and more stories I told to my son, and I realized that the original stories which I told made him laugh, and he was more entertained in those original stories. That gave me an opportunity, and I realized that I could develop good content. And I started writing books for children. Then came Toastmasters. And there was an opportunity of me moving on to writing books to be a public speaker. Then came lockdown. And I had a completely offline model of work. But like before, I was hell-bent upon finding an opportunity in this org. And we worked on our app, and we worked on this app so beautifully well that every day we're making every child sleep listening to a story at home. So the app has really picked well, and I found an online model for myself. It's again because I looked at my gut feeling, I believed in it, and I followed it. So it is these three things, your intent, your persistence, and how you grab an opportunity that makes you travel the path from nobody to somebody. And I still feel that I'm not done yet. I still believe in following my gut feeling because this is the way to be. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you, Anshuman, and welcome all the viewers of Public TV. I'm your host, Ornav. Go get it song. Today, we are having an all-important debate on coronavirus. The nation wants to know all about it. You can tweet, by the way, hashtag Itna Corona Mujhe Pyar in the comment section to express your support. We have some eminent guests on our panel tonight, none of which we will get to speak much, because I will speak more for the longer duration. Let's begin with our first guest tonight, Dr. Ishan Aswasti. A little bit about Dr. Ishan Aswasti. Dr. Aswasti is a renowned heart surgeon and a top medical expert. He has staunchly supported various cleanliness initiatives and also Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. And Dr. Aswasti, the nation wants to know, how do you think we can improve the personal hygiene in this crisis? Dr. Aswasti. Dr. Aswasti, are you there?
Am I audible, Arnab?
Dr. Aswasti, the nation wants to know, how can we improve our personal hygiene in this crisis? Thank you for disabling your camera.
Thank you, Arnab. Personal hygiene is very important. in this pandemic. Everyone should wash their hands, mouth, and nose regularly with soap, sanitizer for at least 20 seconds.
Thank you for that knowledge, Dr. Aswati. I hope you wash it daily for at least 40 seconds for your patient's sake. Thank you so much. We'll go to our second panelist tonight. He is a technology veteran, one of the pioneers of Indian IT industry, and the founder of data consultancy services, Mr. Murthy Narayan. Welcome, Mr. Murthy, to this debate. Can you hear us?
Are you talking to me? Am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Murthy, we are talking to you.
Am I audible?
Yes, Dr. Murthy. Mr. Murthy, can you hear us? Request our viewers to keep it on mute so that we can have this panel debate. Mr. Murthy, can you hear us?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible but not visible.
Okay, let me on my video.
Dr. Murthy, why are you looking like Akanksha? Dr. Murthy, can you hear us? We can see you but can't hear you. Dr. Murthy. Dr. Murthy, for the sake of data consultancy services, please show us your face. Can you hear us? Looks like Dr. Murthy is
Am I
with us.
in the chat? I am
Yes,
in the
Dr.
chat.
Murthy,
Can you hear
yes,
me? Can you
yes,
see
we can
me?
hear you.
Can you see
Yes.
me? Am I audible? अरे
Yes.
चिंटू तेरे को बोला था पहले से सेटअप करके रखने का था.
Looks like the IT expert himself is yet to learn how to handle Zoom calls. I'll move now to a senior politician and a grammar nightmare and a walking dictionary. Shashi Surur. Sururji, please share your thoughts. How do you think government is doing, or is government doing enough to face a crisis of this magnitude? Dr. Surur. Dr. Surur.
Oh no, the government measures are thus so far an exasperating forever of distortion, misinterpretation, something English, ABCD, movement, BD, not creating the proper solution.
I was about to pick up a dictionary, but then I had to throw it away in the middle of your sentence. I have literally no words to respond to that, Dr. Surur. Thank you so much. Perhaps our next guest, veteran actor and the most sanskari Indian, Sri Loknath ji can respond to that. Loknath ji. Sri Loknath ji. Can you hear us, Loknath ji? Sri Loknath ji.
Hello.
I love Loknath ji.
Jug Jug Jio beta, Jug Jug Jio Arnab. What I wanted to say about this is
very smart, Loknath ji. I see what you did there.
This is what I have to say about this whole thing.
Loknath ji, very smart indeed. I see what you did over there. But क्या आपके जैसे संस्कारी महापुरुष को ऐसे म्यूट करके चीटिंग करना शोभा देता है?
अरे भाड़ में जाए यार, तुम्हारी ये शोभा और ये संस्कारी. I can also speak English. I go to Toastmasters. Do you know how much I know English? I can also speak and talk English. But ये तेरा ये सुरूर इंसान, ये तो इंसान ही नहीं है, ये तो एलियन है भाई. मेरा बस चले तो
Thank you, Loknath ji. I deeply apologize. Please माफ कीजिएगा. Viewers, my humblest apologies. The nation certainly did not want to know this. We will now take one last comment, at least a sincere comment from our final guest. He is a renowned spiritual guru, Swami Nityanai Bakaetanand ji. Welcome, Swami ji. How do you think we can beat this coronavirus? Swami ji. Swami ji.
Arnab.
Yes, Swami ji.
Arnab.
Yes, Swami
Am
ji.
I audible?
Yes, Swami ji. Yes, Swami ji.
Okay. We have to see the first look of the biology of the virus. Its biology is such that it has a special chemistry with the human bodies. This changes our body's quantum physics and the result is mc square. When we assume E for body's immunity and mc for the mass of the coronavirus, E should be greater than mc square for us to beat the coronavirus. Hence, E is not equal to mc square. Therefore, through your channel, I must prove Einstein wrong.
What the hell was that? E, immunity starts with I, not E, you duffer. What kind of language was that? What logic was that? My ears are bleeding. You see, viewers, these are the kind of panelists because of which I have to shout most of the time. Because the nation still wants to know. And these good for nothing panelists can't help us that. But I promise, I'll keep fighting for your knowledge. And I will eventually make the nation know. I'll meet you again in 175th meeting of Turning Point Toastmasters with a new important topic and a new good for nothing guest panel. Till then, keep watching the public TV. Your host, Ornab, go get it, Swami, signing off.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Ansuman and Sonali, and for this warm welcome and a big surprise for me. Thank you. So, friends, I remember very clearly the day when I first came to the Turning Point as a guest. And today, that day also, it was raining a lot. And as the name of the club, Turning Point, it really has been a turning point in my life as well. It was a casual walk just to see what a Toastmaster meeting is like, as my friend has suggested to just just attend a meeting and see how it feels for you. And now it's an integral part of my life. I remember when I was called for the table topic for the first time. I remember when I was going to give my icebreaker, the nervousness inside me, the number of times I stammered on the stage, the count of ah and ums so high, about more than 10 in every category. And now when I look back at that time, I really feel it was a turning point. I have changed, I have learned about the public speaking and leadership a lot. And I can see the change in myself. You people can see the change in me, and every one of us can see the change in all of us. There has been several ups and downs in our journey. I remember there was a meeting in which we were only 4 people, 2 guests and 2 members. And there was a time when more than 30 people, attendance was a normal thing for us. So in this all ups and downs, I have got the help of all the senior Toastmasters of District 41, the distinguished Toastmasters of our club who act as a lighthouse of knowledge and guidance. And you all the amazing members of Turning Point, who ultimately have built up this club to a great height. And we have so many awards under our belt. And all these achievements were driven by a hard-working and passionate executive committee. And I'm very much lucky to have such a enthusiastic and hard-working team by my side who actually are the driving engines of our club. First of all, I'd like to call our Vice President Education, Pavan Kaushik, who is in charge of all the educational goals of each and every member of our club. Pavan Kaushik.
Hey, thanks, Shivam. I hope I'm audible. Am I audible, Shivam? Can you just give me thumbs up? Okay, great.
Yeah.
So a very good evening to all of you, all the guests and fellow Toastmasters. I'm excited to be a part of EC Group as a VP Education, where I get a chance to serve this club and help members to achieve their path. A little story about me, how Turning Point Toastmasters has changed my life. So like many of us, I also wanted to improve my public speaking skill. And I could not find any place better than Toastmasters, so I joined Toastmasters. The company where I work also had a Toastmaster club, but I decided to join Turning Point Toastmaster because nothing matches to the standard of this club. I have been with this club for last 1 year now, and I see a huge improvement in me, which is noticeable by other members as well. The support I'm getting from each member of the club, and especially from my mentor, Vishakha, has brought a significant changes in my personal and professional life. I had a stage fright and I was unable to face large audience. But after regular practice and constructive feedback given by members, and also by participating in various speeches and table topic contests, I have overcome the fear. Learning never stops. So I want to be a lifetime member of this club, and I will always cherish the learning from this club. The club is more like a family. I must mention one more thing, that every time this club come up engaging people, I have witnessed 125th, which was an awesome experience. And now with this 150th meeting, we are setting a new benchmark. So looking forward for more fun. Over to you, Shivam.
Thanks a lot, Pavan. And indeed, we are every day setting a new benchmark, and we will continue doing so. Thanks a lot. Now, I'd like to move to one of the very enthusiastic EC member. He is the Vice President membership, and he is the newest member in the executive committee and also the most active. So I'd like to call on the stage Toastmaster Nimit.
Good evening, one and all. To be the king of the jungle, lion need not be the strongest, or the fastest, or the smartest. He just needs to be a great leader. Leadership is the launchpad which can help you skyrocket to success. Having achieved personal victories and overcoming my fears along the way, like the fear of public speaking and expressing myself, I am out now to succeed in interpersonal relationships and win in the game of life. To achieve this, I needed to learn the subtle art of leadership. For the past few years, I have been longing to learn the skill. I have been observing leaders all around, at the workplace, in communities, and now in Toastmasters. I am drawn to them to learn the trait, apply them on all my life fronts, and be successful. However, inconsistency in pursuing my interests, unfavorable life situations, losing friends, and mundane routine swayed me away and sucked the rainbow of exuberance out of me. I was looking for a way to bounce back. Turning Point Toastmasters has given me exactly what I needed, a platform to exercise and practice my skills along with the encouragement and support. My capabilities were soon recognized, and here I am, the VP membership and the Associate VP Education, helping in growth of the club and mentor. in turn bringing back the sleeping giant in me back to life. Today, I can say that last 6 months with TPTM have certainly helped me in all walks of life. Thank you, Turning Point Toastmasters, for being the turning point of my life. Proud to be part of the club, which is, even in these extraordinary and unprecedented times, has stood united and achieving all the feats. One of them, which we are witnessing today, a successful Grand 150th meeting celebrations on an online platform. Back to you, Shivam.
Thanks a lot, Nimit. And with this, I would like to move to the VP PR. And she is responsible for all the flyers you see, all our PR. She is handling with a great beauty. So I'd like to call on this on the screen Vice President Public Relations Vishakha.
Hello everyone. When I was a kid, I was really bad at drawing and all sort of arts, and my aversion to arts stayed for long. I joined Turning Point Toastmasters in March 2016, and I was a member of one of the corporate clubs. I served that club in the capacity of President and Vice President Education. I joined Turning Point Toastmasters in August last year, and it actually was a turning point for me. I was awestruck by the social media presence of the club, and I was actually amazed by the diligence with which the PR team worked. An eye-opener to the power of promotions for me was our 125th meeting. As event convener, I was working very closely with the PR team, and that was when I decided to step out of my comfort zone and started learning Canva, and started creating some posters for the event or the meetings. Being VPPR of the club has taught me that stepping out of your comfort zone can have a lasting positive impact on you. Handling PR is a great responsibility. There is no scope of any sort of slack. Entire club membership depends on it. Seeing a guest attending a meeting, and then when finally the guest becomes a member of the club, it's a very great positive feeling. As VPPR, I have actually reinforced the qualities of punctuality and discipline within myself. I feel really great and thankful to be a part of Turning Point Toastmasters, and I feel honored and humbled to be trusted with the handling of the public relations for the club. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And every meeting is not complete if its minutes have not been recorded. And the minutes of the meeting are a very integral part in the Toastmaster, as it is the record which says which Toastmaster has played which role, which Toastmaster needs more attention, and so on. And this has been taken care by one of the very enthusiastic Toastmaster, our Secretary, Toastmaster Nasir Khan. Over to you, Nasir.
Thank you, Shivam.
Nasir?
Yeah, thank you, Shivam. In August 2019, a two-day communication training was conducted in my organization. I attended that training with a person who answers with the name of Shivam Prakash, our club president. Shivam introduced me to Toastmasters, more specifically to Turning Point Toastmasters. I joined first meeting as a guest and became a member in the next meeting. It was my turning point at Turning Point Toastmasters. A person who had trouble in speaking in front of large audience, went on to speak every Thursday as a sergeant at arms at Turning Point Toastmasters. Today, that person is the secretary of this club and is proudly presenting this address. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, I have missed only one meeting since I joined the Toastmasters. I am here to tell you, you can have 1,000 excuses why you can't or wouldn't join a Toastmaster meeting, or why you can't or wouldn't come to Toastmasters meeting. I want to tell you, find out one reason why you must join a Toastmaster club meeting and why you need Toastmasters. Then put that reason in front of every excuse which comes to your mind. Thank you. Over to you, Shivam.
Thanks a lot, Nashir. And really, this is the one of the key things which we should think. There should be one reason to attend Toastmaster meeting, and by taking that one reason, we should attend. And the club functioning need the money as well, and this money is managed by treasurer, and he is responsible for a good health of the club equally. And this time the treasurer also happens to be our immediate past president. Such a lucky we are. So I would like to invite on the stage our treasurer and immediate past president, Bhuvan Raval.
Thank you so much, Shivam. Honorable dignitaries from the district, the leaders from other clubs, fellow members of this amazing club and the other clubs, as well as our guests. It is my esteemed pleasure to be speaking to you. My turning point in Toastmasters really happened just like for all of you when you guys joined Turning Point Toastmasters. However, it kept happening meeting by meeting, every meeting wherein I learned new skills. Whenever I came to a meeting, skills like leadership, skills like communication, skills like listening. And it has been a fantastic journey so far, 1.5 years. And one such wonderful learning was attachment as well as detachment. Where you want to deploy the learning that you have done within the club back to the society. 1 month back, one such chance happened to me, wherein the government called on and asked me to do something for the society, and I said yes. And it has been fantastic journey so far last month, wherein we've delivered essential services to more than 8 lakh people so far. It has been a wonderful journey. I'll also take this platform. For some reason or the other, news doesn't highlight the fact, but the government officials have been doing a fantastic job in this COVID times. They're working 18 to 20 hours a day. I know people working in secretariat, but they're not highlighted for some reason. And they're all there with us. But one thing that comes to my mind right now is the fact that to be the #1 country, India deserves #1 leaders. And platforms such as Toastmasters, platforms such as Turning Point Toastmasters have this potential, innate potential, to bring out the best leaders. And it is my proud moment to be associated. Back to you, Shivam.
Thanks a lot, Bhuvan. And indeed, all the government officials and everyone are doing their best. And this Toastmasters is the platform which create the leaders, and our country needs them. And every meeting, it has to be started on time. And to be started on time, there is some person who is taking care of all the prerequisites of a meeting. The board has been set up, all the chairs are in place in the online meeting as well. Either or all role players are there or not, we are set or not for the meeting. And these have been beautifully handled by our Sergeant at Arms, Manpreet Singh.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome to the meeting number 150 of Turning Point Toastmasters. I've been a member of Turning Point Toastmaster for the last 8 months, and I have cherished every moment of being a member of the club. Such a wonderful journey it has been. Today, I would like to talk about my turning point at the Turning Point Toastmasters. After I walked in to the Turning Point Toastmasters Club for the first time and gave my first table topic, it has given me the confidence to think on my toes and be spontaneous in my reactions. And since then, this confidence has skyrocketed with time. I would like to welcome you all to join Turning Point Toastmaster and discover bright side of your personality by joining the club.
At last, I'd like to thank my all EC members, Pavan, Nemeth, Vishakha, Nasir, Bhuvan, and Manpreet. You all have done fantastic job, and really being a president, I'm very proud of all of you. At the time of needs, you were the first one to take the responsibility and deliver. And I'd like to thank all my club members for being so much awesome Toastmasters, participating in each and every event, and taking the roles and taking the quality of the club to a next level. And I feel this will continue with a new executive committee in the next term and in the coming meetings as well. And we will see another milestone when we will be celebrating our 175th meeting.
Thank you, Anshuman, for the wonderful introduction. Because of COVID, I'm not feeling very fit, definitely. I have put on some weight because of the food I'm getting from my mom almost for last 50 days. So, okay, guys, so I welcome you all for this table topic section. I have exciting topics for all of you. And as you know, the concept of table topic, I would be giving you one topic and you will get 1 to 2 minutes to share your thoughts on that particular thing. And to make it more convenient, I have a slide that I want to share on the screen. And let me know when you guys start seeing my screen. So on the slide, I have few photographs. These are the pictures, and I want you guys, whosoever raised their hand, or maybe I'll pick one of the guests, choose one photograph, and there would be a topic behind this photograph, which is matching to the image that you see here. So I would start first. So we have our dignitaries who have joined this meeting. I'm very thankful to them. So I want to start first with DTM Jennifer ma'am, if she can unmute herself and pick a picture out of these 6 and then get the topic.
Okay, number 3.
Okay, cool. Here you go. The best way to bond with someone is not doing a favor. It's asking for one.
Thank you so much for that topic.
Yep.
Bonding and collaboration, I would say, go hand in hand. Now, there is in my life a story which I would like to share with you all. I have had many friends, but they were like friends who just come and go, like a season, the winter or the summer or the spring, and they move out of my life. But there have been some extremely good friends who have stayed on with me through thick and thin. They have been like my strength, my pillars in life, even more stronger than my most closest family member. So I believe that this bond and this collaboration is built by the ties of the heart, and definitely it remains all through. Now, I have not been in touch with some of these friends for a very long time, but let me tell you, whenever I reach out to them, that same bonding, that same love, or that same collaboration which we used to have together has always come forward to put a helping hand towards me in my life whenever I've been down. So I believe stretching your hand out, asking for help is extremely, extremely important in the world, and there is no shame in it. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Yeah. Thank you, Jennifer, ma'am, for sharing your thoughts. Before you mute yourself, I also want to know about your thoughts on the Turning Point Toastmasters.
Well, good evening again, Turning Point Toastmasters and all the members and leaders here. Today I came in because it was your 150th meet, and it was so exciting to see the passion and the dedication and the way each and every member has prepared to put this entire session forward. It is so inspiring. Let me tell you, Turning Point Toastmasters Club seems to be a role model for many, many clubs in District 41 and in Delhi in particular. So I just want to wish all of y'all good luck for the future. I'm sure you have taken the right decision in joining Toastmasters, because you are going to definitely benefit from here. When we look back and connect the dots of our lives, we can see the type of change that has come to each one of us individually as by being a part of Toastmaster. So I'm sure you wouldn't need any probing or pushing to be and to continue being a part of this wonderful, enriching, soul enriching journey. So carry on the good work, and all the very best for your 150th. Keep growing, keep shining. God bless you all.
Yeah, thanks a lot, ma'am. I think these are very, very motivating words for the entire club. I appreciate your thoughts. Thank you. So next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Nimish, if you can unmute yourself and just share your thoughts about the Toastmaster Club first. Hello, Nimish, you there?
Nimish, are you there? If Nimish is not there, let's move to Dr. Chetna.
Okay. So Dr. Chetna, can you unmute yourself and just share your thoughts about the Turning Point Toastmaster?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, everyone, the fellow travelers, dreamers, believers, and achievers. Thank you for this opportunity. I think it's a privilege to be here today. Milestone meeting, the celebration. I think this is the unique kind of celebration. This is the unique moment of pride, where you just get an opportunity to reminisce, to recall, to remind yourself the first step that you took towards setting up this club. How many difficult moments did you travel then? And then you came together. This is the moment to just enjoy the fact that your club is no more the club. It has become a family. Family to home, and home to an institution. It has become a banyan tree today. A banyan tree where you could just stand and you feel so protected. Someone is looking at you, protecting you, and vouching for you. This is something, a great, great moment of pride, where it gives an opportunity to remind of those people. There's a moment of gratitude to pay tribute to those people, the founding members, who must have gone through so many difficult times to set up this club. all those past EC members, the current EC members, and each and every member who has contributed so beautifully in maintaining the values. They have added so many values to this club. It's not easy to go travel to this 150th meeting. It has taken 149 steps, the major steps to reach here. I congratulate each one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have always felt that Toastmasters is a forum to connect with stories. Yeah, as a, the guest of today, she was talking about, Shweta Singh was talking about stories. I think the best way to move ahead from here is to connect and build through stories. See how many people you can bring here on this platform, and you can just connect through the stories. Let the child in us never die. Let everyone, the story should be shared here, because I feel every story is unique, every story is beautiful, every story needs to be shared, every story needs to be heard, and every story needs to be treasured. You're doing a fantastic job, and I congratulate each one of you. Just go ahead, keep shining. All the best.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks a lot, ma'am, for sharing your thoughts. Indeed, it's a family, and the club is having great stories. So thank you for your thoughts. Now, I think I want to call upon our past president, Toastmaster Mohit. If you can unmute yourself and share your thoughts about Turning Point Toastmaster.
Sure. Thank you so much. All right. I think my memories go back to many years ago when I used to attend the meetings in Tupperware office. I don't know how many of you know that was the place where this journey started. And the club was known as Tup Speak back then. From there on to the meetings in forgetting the exact sector in Gurugram where we used to do the meetings, and then all the struggles and all the difficult times that this club has gone through to come to this place today, where I just can't stop enjoying all the great discussions that are happening here. And I would especially like to say that Shweta Singh, our guest today, mentioned about intent, persistence, and opportunity. I think with people like Rupinder, we have all the club members, all the leaders who are present in making this a successful journey for everybody. We have all those ingredients, it seems, which is showing in the way we are conducting this meeting. So I'm falling short of words to say how well you are doing and how much I am enjoying being present here today. One more thing I would like to share is that as far as Toastmasters journey is concerned, I've been a Toastmaster since 2013. And there's a difference between a giant leap versus building bridges. So those small little bridges is what Toastmasters journey lets us make. And I remember having the fear of speaking in front of 5 people to a place where I am today, where I'm able to speak in front of 40, 50, 70 people in training sessions in schools and colleges. So it's been a great journey, and Tup Speak, now called Turning Point, has definitely had its significant role in my journey as well. So wish you good luck, and I'll be glad to come here as many times I get a chance. Thank you. Back to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mohit, for sharing your thoughts. The journey that you started long back, this club is taking that forward and will take the club to the new heights. Thank you for your words. Now we have our own Toastmaster, Shifriya. Shifriya, would you unmute yourself and share your thoughts about the Turning Point Toastmaster club.
Thank you so much, Pawan. I don't know how many of you remember 30th of June 2017. The club had met 7 goals, but it did not have 20 members. The club was transformed from Top Speaks to Turning Point Toastmasters, and the club was struggling on the last day of the year, of the term, for achieving the distinguished status. I still remember very well that night, very, very peculiarly, because I was driving with Rupinder Singh, and all we could think was that, listen, we have time till tomorrow noon to bring in 20 members. Can we take this as a challenge? And we did. I was the 20th member of Turning Point Toastmasters Club, I think 19th, either 19th or 20th, but I was the member who joined on the last day in the roster. And till today, till present day, I'm a member of Turning Point Toastmasters. And I could just tell you one thing. On that day, we were one of the last few clubs to become distinguished. And after that, Turning Point had taken an oath that it would be the first few to get distinguished. I am so proud of Shivam and the entire EC when they were striving to be the first distinguished status club in 2019-20. They ensured that they attend the EC training program so that they can achieve 10 on 10 DCB goals. The way they have ensured to convert most of the new members and to prolong members to ensure that they are paid on time and they have 20 members on roster. The amount of dedication put in by each and every EC member is tremendous. And the best part is it's like a family. So on 125th meeting, there was a very beautiful skit which was played by Toastmaster Manvinder and Toastmaster Priyanka, which is so true. It is like a village where you have Sarpanch as an EC, you have 2 oldies such as distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh and distinguished Toastmaster Anant Katyani, who is constantly guiding them. Well, your minister is often missing in action, Karan Sacheti, and you know how my attendance is, but you don't need us. The best part is because you have shown us how a great club can be. And I'm so proud of so many initiatives you have brought into ensuring that the quality of the club rises above excellence. And thank you very much. I couldn't be even more proud of this club as a division director, and I couldn't be more proud as a member of Turning Point Toastmasters Club. And all I want to ensure, and all I want you to ensure, that this club will never go down. Legacies, hard work, and tears are associated with this club. And trust me, my closest friends are from Turning Point Toastmasters. It's Pallavi Sana, who you all know. It's Toastmaster Vijay Krishnan, and there is no Toastmasters without you, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh. Thank you very much for giving me lots of memories, for giving me lots of learning, and stay at your excellence. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Shiv Priya, for sharing such a nice thoughts about the club. And I must say, thanks to all the guests for sharing their thoughts. It's very encouraging, very motivating. And I promise that when we meet next time for our 175th meeting, we would have more success stories to tell and more excitement for all of us. With that, I would hand it over to Anshuman and Sonali.
I promise you this is going to be short and sweet, although a club with more than 5 years of history, I cannot compress it inside a few minutes. I don't know where to begin. I vividly remember my first day at Tupperware. I just took on this club, and then somebody walked up to me and said, let's revive this club. And when I became area director, I went up to district director Mukesh Kolothia, and apparently nobody went up to him and told him what they wanted. I went up to him and I said that I'm going to become an area director only if I get Tupspeak Toastmasters Club, because it is my responsibility. With me, it might become an asset. With somebody else, it will become a liability, because they will not be able to give it the care that I wanted to give. And as I trudged through the memory lane, I often wonder, Shivpriya said that there is no Toastmasters without you, Rupinder. And many times I wonder, is this club just about Rupinder? The more important thing is I don't want this club to be about Rupinder. I'm very happy to say for the last 3 executive committees, I've not been a part of those executive committees. It's been all the work of the people coming up, taking up responsibilities and taking this club forward. There was a time when we had a past president organize dance performances just so that she could get people into this club. There was a time when we had Mohit actually missing meetings from his office to come just so that he could make this club function. I have seen days when Pallavi Sana, with a broken back, come into this club just so that the meeting could go on. I've seen Vijay Krishnan Anantraman, our past president, who had his Thursdays working, but would make one excuse or the other just to come to this club's meeting. So this is not about Rupinder. This is about many other people, and not just from this club, from outside. We got tremendous support from clubs like Blue Quest, like TCS GG7, Embark Toastmasters Club, Gurgaon Leaders Toastmasters Club, Gurgaon Champions Toastmasters Club. Everyone came together when I said that we want this club to survive, and everybody played their hand. And today, when I look at the new order, when I see people like Sonali, when I see people like Anshuman, when I see people like Akshay, Vishakha, Bhuvan, Shivam, Anant, Nasir, who gave such a wonderful speech today, when I see them step up, it fills me with pride, not because what this club has become, but what this club has made them become, what this club has ensured that they become. You will be aware that in the past, this club has always reached out to the members of community to help out. Anant, for example, started this concept of 0D, a zero defect meeting. And we've realized close to 3 zero defect meetings until now. Bhuvan is helping out the Haryana government in times of COVID-19. And he attributes it to Turning Point Toastmasters. We recently came out with an app with which we were able to help District 41 decide the upcoming meetings. If you look at this club, this is not just a club, like Shivpriya said, like many other people said. We are a family, and as a family, we look after each other. I'll have to just make one phone call and say that, look, today I'm not coming to this meeting. Can you ensure that the meeting goes on well? I don't have to ask that anymore, because I know that somebody somewhere will take care of this meeting. Be it a Manpinder who's playing the role of a sergeant at arms for the first time. Be it a Surjit who is stepping up to play the role of a timer. Or be it newer members like Ghata, or for that matter, Sanjay stepping up. Before I close, I want to leave you with a thought. There is a quote: if you could take out of Toastmasters all that you could take out of Toastmasters, you would never get out of Toastmasters. The average age of a Toastmaster, the life journey of a Toastmaster in a Toastmasters club or within Toastmasters is 18 months. I challenge you to make it more than 18 months, because I guarantee you that by the second or the third year, you will start to see a positive change in you. Example of a positive change is the person who was division director when I was the area director, distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh Thakur. I vividly recall him giving a speech in 2017 and one of the audience members rather uncharitably remarking that this guy will never go on a stage to speak. Well, guess what? That guy is a contestant, is a semi-final contestant in the humorous speech contest. He is a testimony to all that can go right with Toastmasters. So like Nasser said, You can have 1,000 excuses. I'm telling you, there are 1,000 things that will go wrong. But remember the one thing that is going to go right. And put that thing in front of everything else that can or will go wrong. And you will find your purpose. So thank you so very much, the team of Turning Point Toastmasters. You are like my family away from family. Sometimes I feel like that you are my family. My family feels alienated when I am in a Turning Point Toastmasters meeting. But all for a good cause. We are here to help people, and we will continue to help people. With that promise, this is Rupinder Singh, convener of the meeting, signing off. Thank you. I hand it back to Shivam to announce the winners. Oh, and of course, our Wonder Boy, Nimit Mittal. How could I forget you? But you are my mentee. I can always ignore you, right?
Thanks a lot, Rupinder Singh, for your kind words. And literally, we are blessed to have a person like you in the club, mentoring us, guiding us, and even scolding us when we are not doing right. Thanks a lot. And now with this, I'd like to announce the winners of the Hangman game. And to announce the winner, I'd like to call Nimit, who has taken the responsibility of this fun game with himself. So I would like the Nimit should announce the winners, as he has taken all the pain in uh, making this game successful. So Nimit, please unmute yourself and announce the winners.
Thank you, Shivam, for giving me that opportunity. It was although your task, but you handed over to me. So thank you very much. So without much ado, I would like to announce the winners for the Hangman game, which we had today. And I hope everyone enjoyed it. But let's start with the first runners-up. The first runners-up goes to, the first runners-up goes to Mohit Sahni. In the initial part of the first round of the game, he had won a round, so it goes to him. So congratulations, Mohit Sahni, for being the first runners-up. And then the winner, of course, is a clear winner today with four wins, if I'm not wrong, is none other than Divakar Sankla. So congratulations, Divakar. So you win the most coveted award of 1,000 rupees gift voucher, and Mohit, you win it rupees 750 rupees gift voucher, and it will be shared to you offline later on, right? So congratulations to you both. I would like to give another consolation prize for the most correct guesses, if I'm not wrong, and it goes to DTM Anant. So congratulations, Anant. So you win the consolation prize as well, and it amounts to rupees 500 of an e-voucher. So congratulations to all the winners. Over to you, Shivam.
Thanks a lot, Nimit. And I hope this meeting was full of fun for all of you. And since we have played a hangman game with Nimit, we had a special talk in the story telling, and we had AC address parody, and the host have also has taken a good hard work in making the meeting interesting after calling each participant on the stage. So I thank all of you for your hard work, what you have done in the past 3-4 weeks in order to make this meeting successful. We had a meeting back-to-back meetings since the last week every day, to review our preparation. And this hard work has resulted in such a wonderful meeting. I thank all of you very much, and I will request all the guests to share your feedback to us. You can mail us on our mail ID. I am sharing our mail ID in the chat. It's a turning point dot toast@gmail.com. So I will request all of you to kindly send your feedback about the meeting at this email ID, and I would like to thank all the role players, all the members, all the guests for making it successful. Thanks a lot for coming, and I hope to see you all again in our meetings, in the regular meeting as well as the special meetings such as this one. Thanks a lot, and with this, I would like